trauma training and response program started because there was a need to train our therapists to provide services in disaster situations.
We want all Red Cross workers, all volunteers and staff to know how to have a helpful conversation following a disaster. We want everyone to take this training so that when people come for services during a disaster, that there's a warm and welcoming environment. The American Red Cross has their own psychological first aid model, and this is it that we're going to be talking about here today. There are other psychological first aid models, but this is the one that the Red Cross uses. Well, the unique part of this training is that it starts when the participant is a student. It goes from some basic training within there to offering varying levels of training that prepares a licensed professional to become a Red Cross volunteer. So we want to be able to notice those signs of stress in clients and coworkers and yourself. As a key part of psychological first aid, the Red Cross also includes a mental health triage model called PsyStart that helps our volunteers to determine when to refer a client for mental health follow-up services. If you're a nurse or if you're in the medical profession, you always talk about triage. Triage means to sort. Triage has to do with who needs to be seen first, right? You know, it's chaotic, there's people running around, there's all sorts of stuff happening, and you're doing your best you can to get the resources where they need to go. Okay, so we're going to practice psychological first aid. What we're going to do is we're going to pair up.
And it sounds like it was a very good reward system for them. Maybe getting them back to what they know might help them feel a little more safe and might decrease a little bit of pressure on you a little bit. I'd say the most valuable thing that I learned today was doing the role play where we were able to sort of pretend like we were in another person's shoes.
I think the most useful thing is just gaining the inspiration to go out and be part of this organization and be able to apply these skills to people who are really in need of our services.
This program is both a training program and a response program. And just recently, we signed a memorandum of understanding with the American Red Cross and Save the Children to provide services in shelters with the American Red Cross and facilitate the Child-Friendly Spaces program for Save the Children.
Save the Children is an international organization that advocates for children's needs, children's rights. And in this particular case, we focus on children in disasters.
A child-friendly space is emergency childcare within a disaster setting. A child-friendly space could be set up within a disaster shelter or an assistance center. We ensure the needs of children are being met. We help them with play and other activities while the parents or guardian are on the premises.
So the Red Cross, they provide for the shelters. What the clinic provides then is the programmers or the volunteers.
Should I work on the shirt for the other person too?
You could do the pants.
Do the pants? Are they going to be blue?
Yep.
It is important to provide child-friendly spaces training with the alumni because they are already skilled people who know how to interact with children. So the Child-Friendly Spaces training is the first step into becoming a programmer. So the objectives of this course is to understand a child's response to a disaster and his or her needs, understand national best practices for keeping children safe in shelters. In order to know if our training was successful or not, we actually set up a child-friendly space. We give them a Child-Friendly Spaces kit where they can go set up. And then we do a walkthrough where they have to explain what they did, the rationale behind it, their thoughtfulness behind it, and then we can prove if they actually learned what we wanted them to learn or not. Bravo! Awesome, you guys. It's really, I think, really the best space I have seen ever.
No,
So
seriously,
well.
we've done a lot of spaces. This one really is great.
Yeah.
Partially because you went around and really scoped out a good space.
So I feel that the training prepares you to be in a drill, which will be kind of like take it to a practical level. And that's where we get our first encounter with how it is to work in a shelter setting.
The event we're at today is a sheltering drill with our partner, the American Red Cross. The American Red Cross has set up a shelter within a gymnasium. The clinic is providing staff and resources so that a child-friendly space can be opened up within the disaster shelter. Activities such as this are really important in Los Angeles because it shows that the training is being successful. It also allows us to work with our partners so the partners see what activities we provide and vice versa. And it also shows if there's any shortcomings or areas for improvement that we need to work on for future trainings and actual disasters.
We're separating out all the material in the kit into different age groups and also into active play and quiet play.
It seemed that today's training was very realistic on what actually goes on in the shelters.
Personally, this is my lifelong dream. I came to the United States from Mexico. I didn't know that this program existed, but the minute I found out, I knew that I needed to take it back to my home country and be able to help children all around feel safe and know that even though bad things happen, things will be okay.